There we go. It is 5:30. This is a reasonably timed lift. Gosh dang it. No more. You thought I was going to say, God damn it, didn't you? Plan for today. It was going to be just... No. I feel kind of like a chump when I do just these forearm days. But it is for the best. It is for the best. I gotta, well, fuck it. So if you're unaware, I feel like I've been saying this a lot, but I think my back needs a little bit of, it needs a bit less stimulus than my arms, than my chest, than my legs do. Because it's already, like, at least for my build, like, a pretty strong point. Like, when I do a back lat spread, for my size, like my weight, everything else, I'm pretty content. But then on the other side, it's like, man, am I going against my core values? Like, is there even ever a state of being big enough? It's like, Yeah, I'll ponder it for a moment. So actually, I'm not exactly sure what this is going to be. Chest or... No, not chest, but freaking back or forearms. One thing I can say for sure, though, is my hamstrings are very sore from yesterday's leg day. And I can tell you exactly why that is. I did really heavy, like, seated hamstring curls on a hammer strength hamstring curl machine that I really like. And I haven't done it for a while. I've really been doing a lot of laying curls. And even then, I've been doing a lot of laying, like, light squeezing curls. You know, I'm talking like, 15 reps, very slow, very controlled. So to have changed that after, like, I don't know how long I've been doing lighter stuff, maybe like 2 weeks or something, to do a set of, like, seriously fucking heavy, just, like, nasty failure with the stack. Now, with a weight within reason, but still, like, going from, I mean, comparably, it's like if I only curled, like, 40s for 2 weeks, and then I came back and tried to curl, like, 60s to failure for a few times. You know, you, in a way, I really do think you kind of get used to whatever training you're doing at any given moment. So, I think it's good to kind of have in and out kind of phases. And this is not a new idea, you know, kind of, really leveraging weights and, like, the actual amount of, like, tension you're putting on your muscles for, maybe a few weeks on end, and then after a little while, maybe chilling out on the weight side, doing some more, like, light squeezing kind of stuff. Damn, I'm trying to merge. This guy's fucking killing me. But yeah, I can definitely feel that my hamstrings are kind of like, they're still just wrecked in, like, such a good way. But man, I still need a little minute to actually decide if this is going to be back or forearms. Actually, no, I don't. I don't have to decide. I get everything. I get the best of both worlds. Let's just do back and forearms. That'll be fucking perfect. I might go a little easier on back than normal. But yeah, I think that'll be good. That'll be fucking good for me. So if that's the case, I'm going to do back first. I'm talking pull downs, I'm talking rows, I'm talking pullovers, maybe even just a few sets of each, like nothing too crazy. And then afterward, I think I'll end up doing the forearm lift as usual. So that's going to be all the, like fucking bent over dumbbell kind of curls on the bench, then the reverse curls really light. And in terms of your forearm gains, I think you got to hit them directly, even when I was a beginner, like I'm talking 180 pounder, 170 pounder, like after just a few months in, I was still hitting forearms pretty regularly, to the point where I stopped doing them once I kind of felt like they were pretty much just big enough for my frame at the time. So I hadn't ended up really doing, like, direct forearm work for, let's just say, quite a while. But now I think I want to beef them up again. I think I got to add some mass. Not that I think that ever get to like a Lee Priest level. I mean, I would love to know the exact ratio of, like, wrist to like fucking the meat of the forearm down here for him, it's got to be, I don't know, 5-to-1, 4-to-1, like an absolute crazy ratio. But you know, you can still try. You can still approach making gains on whatever targeted muscle you want to hit by way of just, you know, fucking smashing it. Somebody asked me, I barely get this comment, like very rarely, but it does happen sometimes. You know, someone will comment, what should I do about thickening up my neck? And I mean, fuck, man, depending on your genetics, maybe you do have kind of a scrawnier neck. You know, I'm not one to look smacks, but if your neck is something which you're like, oh, this is a little bit of an insecurity for me, dude, you're not screwed, man. You know, your neck is not just fucking skin and bones. You got serious fucking muscles in here to, you know, hold your 15-pound head up, right? Your head's pretty fucking heavy, so all these muscles are pretty strong. I mean, I've been there. Everybody's gotten a neck pump on occasion. It's definitely awkward to do actually in the gym, but yeah, pretty basic, you know. I'm talking lay down on a bench, hang your head off the side of it, like on your back, grab like a 25-pound plate, just kind of like hold it with your hands and then balance your hands on your forehead. And you just sit here, fucking do some of these, turn sideways, do the same thing, hold like a 10 or something. Fuck, man, you know, whatever muscle you want to grow, don't just dream about it. Don't just yearn for it, you know, don't just wish for it. Actually make it happen, right? So odds are everybody could deal with some bigger forearms. So I think forearms need to be hit a little bit more frequently, you know? Not that I do any direct like strength work for my forearms anyway, but even from just the work that I do end up doing, I think I've got a pretty solid grip strength. I need to, you know what I really need? I need to I need to order one of those like grip, I think it's a dynamometer. That's that little like that hand grip strength reading where it'll tell you like how many pounds of squeezing force you're actually exerting. Yeah, I think I gotta throw one of those in the gym bag. That'd be kind of that's just fun little competition. And then one more thing before we actually get started with the workout. In terms of your grip strength, this is something which can actually end up being a really good indicator of how well rested and recovered you are. I couldn't tell you like the exact like physiological reasoning behind it, but I ever since I heard this, I think it was I would have heard it from like somebody, not him, but like someone like Mark Bell or no, not John Meadows, but like, you know, kind of a strength biased sort of wise character in the fitness world. But the basic premise is your overall like level of recovery can be pretty well indicated by how strong your grip feels. And I'm not even talking like grabbing a fucking, you know, a 3, one of the grip trainers, and trying to close it. But I just mean like even sitting here like do nothing, just making a fist, like how hard you can really squeeze, that's going to change pretty dramatically depending on, you know, how well you rested, how well you were fed, how well hydrated you are, you know, and then just really just like how stressed your entire fucking system is. So that's something which I think is pretty cool. Like right now, I got a badass night's rest, had a lot of food today, drank a lot of water. I have a nasty amount of empty water bottles in my passenger seat leg room. I'm not going to show you, but there's about 10 of them. But I'm pretty well recovered now, so I can sit here and really squeeze my forearms. I can squeeze them pretty fucking hard, man. But fast forward to whenever I like, you know, fuck up the outside of the gym routine, maybe my you just saw it, Cybertruck. But if I get like jack shit sleep tonight, if I hardly, let's just say I completely went off plan like a total fool, and I didn't eat any food, I stayed up all night and I drank no water, then tomorrow morning, if I tried to do this same sort of feeling, I'd be able to tell, like not even like knowing how much force I'm exerting, I'd be able to tell like, holy crap, my forearms feel fucking weak right now, right? So you you can wear your Whoop. You can throw your Whoop on, or your Apple Watch, and it'll tell you your sleep, your recoverability score. But if you want to stay off grid a little bit, that's a pretty good indicator. I'm not one to do any like 1 rep maxes or anything, but if you're inclined to do so, you're more of a strength focused athlete, or I guess you could say, let's say you're a big power building fan. That could be a good little warning sign. Like, let's say you had it planned that you were gonna do a really kind of heavy, crazy fucking set today. You know, it's the day of the lift. Like, you're actually walking into the gym right now, and you can feel like your forearms feel weak, man. Odds are that's a good cue. You're not in your fucking, peak state. So maybe don't try to do something that you've never done before in terms of your actual in-gym performance. But we're getting close to pulling up. Yeah, back and forearms. That's the plan for today. Perfect. So let's stop talking about it and just get started. Yeah, I got to do a little back. I feel like such a schmuck. But honestly, I think I do need to tone back on the back training. Like, I'm not joking. My arms and my chest need to come up compared to my back. But I don't want to start skipping it yet. I'll do this one today. And then from today on, I need you guys to help me hold me to it. Back only once a week so I can really get forearms focused. But first set, crazy heavy, wide grip. And then I don't know about you, but I love the neutral grip pull down. Like, this is maybe 1.5 times shoulder width ish, but something about the neutral grip, it keeps my biceps all the way out of it, keeps my forearms all the way out of it. And I feel like I can squeeze my lats better. I just don't see this handle all over the place. So let's get hyped up and throw the shit around. Probably a rest pause set as well. If I can find a badass. Eh. All right, come on. And this is going to be a heavy, nasty one, not a slow, controlled squeezing one. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not done yet. Okay. A few more just like that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. 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 Okay. I'm not done yet. Oh my god. Oh. All right. Let's do something a little more squeeze focused. Whew. Nothing crazy. Yeah. 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 Okay. Still not done. I've really been liking these fucking rest pause sets. Okay. One more. Oh, goodness. Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay. I think one more set of something. Back it's done. I think a little drop set, straight up, wide-ish grip straight bar pull downs. Perfect. The second portion of the set will be very squeeze focused. All right. Yeah. 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 Okay. Oh, fuck. Yeah. 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 Okay. Oh my god. All right. That's enough of back. Eesh. There we go. So I toned back on the volume a little bit. Typically, if I was really gonna smack back, I probably would have done a little bit more trap focus kind of work. But that's enough for this sort of lighter-ish back day. So yeah, I'm not joking. I mean, let's just let the pump speak for itself. But I really got to bring up my arms and my chest. As much as I love getting a fucking back pump, I need to be a little I need to be comfortable enough skipping it for the greater good of a more balanced fucking torso. Oh, boy. So let's run through a couple here. Not get too distracted because this workout's not over. I've still got forearms. Yeah, there we go, right in the middle. Oh my goodness. And it's most certainly a fucking lat spread. Oh, oh my god. All right. Back pumps of shit. Let's get forearms going. The real highlight of this lift. All right. So there's not really that much to see with these. I think I'll just record maybe just a set of each movement that I end up doing. But whenever I do forearms, I like to do the kind of less impressive side first, which is like this side, this stuff that, because you got a couple portions of your forearms that are responsible for different shit, right? You've got your there's this kind of muscle here, which ties in up in your upper arm and curls its way down. That helps with like doing a hammer curl or whatever. Then you got this whole bottom side, which is pretty responsible for your actual like gripping strength, as well as this sort of action. And then you got this extra fancy pants bit over here, where all this stuff is responsible for is opening up your hand and bending it backwards. So I'm end up doing this curling portion. I think if you, well, not even I think, if you develop this portion of your forearm too much, it can actually give your arms a little bit of a weird look. So I kind of just stick to the bottom side and this back side. So I start with the back side first, only a 20-pound dumbbell, and I'll sit here for like 5, 6 sets or so. Just, you know, 15, 20 reps, as many as necessary until it's fucking burning. Put it down, do the other side, wait a minute, repeat. Oh, yeah, I was like halfway to sneezing. And then after this, I'll go do the actual kind of fun part of the forearm training, which is more of this like flexor kind of action. So that'll be some cable stuff, maybe some dumbbell stuff. I guess we'll really just find out. But let's just hit this first one. And then for you, move on. But for me, I'm going to camp out here for a little bit. Yeah. No. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, oh. Ooh. So, one extra thing of note, I'm inclined to believe that's forearm training like this, actually kind of strengthening this whole sort of power system to be able to keep your arm, or not your arm, but your like your hand more sturdy. I'm inclined to believe that's going to help you fucking, have less wrist pain, right? I feel like the guys who I see complain about their wrist pain the most, and the guys who always wear like, you know, wrist wraps the most. I mean, not to just rip on them, but typically they don't have the most developed forearms. So if muscularly you're not so powerful, like resisting motion in your hand here, then you might kind of be like relying a lot on your just fucking, you know, let's say tension in the stretch position. Like if you ever see guys bench where like their hands are way like bent over like that, I feel like it's very, let's just say, wrist pain inducing. But I'm gonna camp out here for a minute, listen to some TikTok audios, and then we can move on to some of this shit. All right, so basic logic, a reasonable amount of weight. I mean, that's the machine says 100 pounds, but it's really only like 50. Single arm, you can do these double arm like with a straight bar, but honestly, it feels a little like it's not a natural angle. When I do one arm, right, I'm actually like in line, but when I do both, it's kind of off axis, if you get what I'm saying. But either way, single arm, grab onto the thing for support, and then all this is just here, just this motion. But by the time you hit 10 reps of, a legit amount of weight, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. Whoa. I'll do a few more like that, but afterwards, let's move on to some dumbbell ones. But for me, a few more. For you, let's go to some dumbbell. There we go. All right, the forearm pose down. The forearm pose down actually turned into just some chit chat with my main man, Thomas. I'm gonna try my damnedest not to back into this guy's fucking matte black McLaren and be on my way with no trouble. So, yeah, all I gotta do now is go home, get some freaking carbs, fats, and proteins in my system. That was the guy I was talking about. And then, do the same thing for a couple more 1,000 calories and get some freaking rest. Get some freaking rest. I should have brought the camera bag with me. I went fishing last night. Big ass fucking catfish. I'm talking eating big. Now I probably wouldn't want to eat one out of that river. It's kind of it's kind of gross, but that was pretty cool. Probably every I bring the camera sometimes too. I've got all the shit in the trunk at all times. Any amateur angler worth their salt would. But every time I actually fucking set up the tripod and sit there and fucking cast out, I get skunked every time. So next time I'll make sure to clip it, regardless of if it ends up being successful or not. But yeah, you know what? Executive decision. No more back. No more fucking back for the foreseeable future of this bulk. I need some more arm gains. I need some more chest gains. And like many lifters who have come before and after me, I need more leg gains. So by way of taking out back, being a muscle which is already relative to my size kind of not peaked out, of course, but I just mean like relative to my arms, my chest, and my legs, my back is pretty much the leading body part. It's my strong point. So by pretty much taking that stress out of my week of training, what that kind of at least makes me think is that now I'm going to have more energy to recover and grow my legs, arms, and chest. So that doesn't mean I'm going to turn my back day into a rest day, but it does mean that back will be replaced with a little bit more accessory work. Probably just like, straight up calves and just calves and forearms. I think that'll be decent. I've kind of just been hitting calves at the end of my workouts whenever they're not sore, which I think is a pretty solid way to go about it, because your calves are pretty tough. If I hit my calves today, in 2 days I could probably hit them again. Assuming I slept well, ate all my food, they're gonna kind of be ready for some more punishment, because you walk around on them all the time. But yeah, that's the plan. So if you see another back workout within the next few weeks, you better freaking dog on me. You better dog on me, goddammit. So what do I think about my end goal measurement of this bulk? What are the actual goals? I was talking with some guys about it today. I think, so what month is it now? So January, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, mid-July. So that's month 7 of the year. So I've already been bulking for a month. So I pretty much started mid-June. So June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, I'm thinking by about mid-November, maybe mid-December, depending on how long I end up really taking this bulk for. That is going to be about, let's just say, maybe not even ideal, might not even be the right word, but that will be the peak weight. Because for me, historically, by the time I've been bulking for about like 6 months or so, that's when I've kind of like hit my limit calorie wise. I kind of reach a point where I just physically can't grow anymore, which isn't very cool, but that's just kind of the nature of things. Indefinite growth in one fell swoop, it's just not really, that's just not really how it works, at least not for me. So that's the whole point of, bulking up and then cutting down in between. It's just kind of to, reset my system. So after 5 months of eating kind of a crazy amount of food, my metabolism is going to be, it's going to be pretty much put through its paces to the point where I'm going to be able to say, like, all right, I gotta back off. I'm as big as I'm going to get. The scale is no longer changing. I got to start trimming down. And then depending on how big that ends up being, that may be the cue to actually start legit ass fucking prep, which that would that's something I'm getting pretty excited for, but we're gonna have to save that for a little bit later. So yeah, but so numbers wise, I think that's gonna be about 280. Not that I'd say no to 300, but I kind of just have to see how that ends up playing out. So in terms of arm measurements, right now pumped they're about 20 inches. I should measure them in the morning unpumped, because that's more of a real value for how big they are. But yeah, pumped 20 inches. So fast forward 2 months, I would love to see pumped 21 inches. And sure, you may be thinking, 1 inch, what the hell is that? That's nothing. Come on. Do not underestimate the power of 1 inch. Honestly, 1 inch is like way more than you would fucking think. Like, it can drastically change the way you look, So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then peak bulk, fuck, man, as big as they can get. 22 inches peak bulk would be I don't think that's actually feasible, but that would be rather wild. But I think if I could get I don't want to limit myself, but I would definitely love to finish a really good carved up pumped arm day and measure in at 21 inches. But then again, that's just something we'll have to sort of see happen, right? And a little bit of a never-ending tale. But even once I hit 21 inches, I'll probably be extra excited about working my way up to 22, and then I'm sure I'll be more excited to working my way up to fucking 23 or whatever else. I'm sure there'll be a limit eventually, but that's sort of just a bridge I'll have to cross when I get to it. It's a little bit that's like looking at someone like Ronnie Coleman and thinking, I don't want to get that big. It's like like you say that as if it's a guarantee. You say that as if it's like a complete certainty that you could if you really tried, right? So that's kind of where my head's at now for this bulking phase. It's not to hit a particular weight. It's not necessarily to hit like a particular size. It's just to gain as much lean tissue as I physically can over these 5-6 months, and then I think it'll be about showtime. It'll be just about showtime. 280 pounds off season, moderate body fat. Like I think I'm still gonna have some abs. I think that's about a good cue to really lean down, cut up, oil up, and then get a nice little 30-second pose down to music. I have no idea what song I'm gonna end up picking. I guess that's another save that for later type situation. But yeah, expected very soon. Full day of eating is coming. I'm just being a lazy schmuck, eating on my own, not sharing it with you. But it'll be a little this last month so far has been a bit cleaner than historical, which I'm definitely feeling rather good on. Now, of course, I'm only 1 month into this bulking phase, so Not that it's very stressful yet at all. And really, for this whole month, I've kind of just been eating as much as I'm hungry for. And that's got me from that 240 starting weight, or that 239-ish starting weight, to now about 255, 256 in the morning, probably more like 255. So now is my cue to actually make sure I hit my minimum calorie requirements on the daily. Because if I don't, I'm literally going to drop weight immediately. Now that weight isn't, muscle. It's not just lean tissue. It's just, carbs and water. But to be in a full-fed, carved-up state, that's your best bet for fucking muscle growth. When you're overflowing with energy, that's that's literally what being in a calorie surplus is. That's when I think you're going to be the most primed to actually be able to have the, literal just building blocks and facilitating calories to recover and over-recover from your workouts so that you get to come back to them bigger and stronger. So, as important as it is to train like a demon, push yourself hard, go to failure, really get a nasty pump, burn, squeeze, exert yourself, you have to kind of, you have to reciprocate that energy outside the gym when it comes to your big three of recovery. Recovery and over-recovery. That's going to be fucking sleep. That's going to be your fucking calorie intake, getting your high-quality protein sources, a gram-ish for every pound that you weigh, and then staying hydrated, man. Jugs upon jugs. Do not be afraid of the stigma of carrying around your cleaned-out milk jug of water with electrolytes. Dude, that's the way to do it. Now, should you drink a gallon a day? I wouldn't stress it. I wouldn't. I've gone through periods of time where I really made sure I had a gallon every day at minimum, but as long as you're getting at least a few liters, I'm sure there's actually a good number for how many pounds that you weigh and your height and everything else, but I always end up doing about I think I end up doing about a gallon. I've got a lot of 1,500 milliliter bottles floating around, a liter and a half, which is about about 3/8 of a gallon. So I end up drinking one in that whole workout, so that's a liter and a half, and I drink half of one with the pre-workout, so that's 750 mils, so that's already 2.25 gallon, or 2.25 liter, and then I'm gonna have another liter before bed, and I already drank one before I did cardio. I'm talking freaking 5 liters of water already. So I think it's very, I don't think I'm too crazy in saying that it's going to be hard for you to overdo your water and electrolyte intake. That's never going to be a problem. Odds are if you got your gallon of water around you, you're not going to be able to drink too much, but you can definitely drink too little, and if you are, then that's going to show. It's I don't have a study cited or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's 90% of the time that people have chronic headaches on the regular, it's just because their electrolyte and hydration intake is let's just say under par. Because don't forget, your whole system of keeping your brain in working order is all about, I'm talking osmosis and everything else. So a headache, I feel I'm pretty sure 80% of the time is really just induced by fucking large fluctuations of your water inside your head. When your brain really fills up with water and it sucks it up and kind of stretches on the outside of it, that's going to hurt you. And when you're dehydrated, it's really kind of dried out on the inside or whatever, that'll hurt you. Any brain expanding and shrinking is going to give you a fucking headache. And apart from the fact that just sucks, and there's a legitimate easy fix to it, in a training context, you are not going to have an awesome lift if you have a shitty fucking headache. I can't remember the last time I've really had a headache in the gym, because I know that I can literally just prevent that from happening at all, from making sure my hydration's on point. But when I do, and when I have, it fucking sucks, man. I've tried to squat with a headache. And every time I get in the hole, it feels like my brain is gonna explode. How the hell am I supposed to go to real failure if every time I do a rep, it's just causing me like severe pain, and not in a cool like muscular burning kind of way, but in just like a suffering fucking like migraine-ish kind of way, you know? So if you know somebody where they're constantly fucking, you know, telling you they got a headache or somehow, and do this gently. Don't just try to force it and tell them they're stupid or anything, but somehow get the idea into their head that they should probably get a little bit more electrolytes and water in their system. And odds are, if they actually do that for a couple weeks and they notice, like, holy crap, I haven't been getting my fucking headaches anymore. Whoa, you know, then it'll actually kind of stick, right? But such a silly thing, which is so easily preventable, right? So keep your jug on you at all times. Go hard, eat your food. Or don't eat your food if you're dieting. Right now I'm kind of in a state where I'm going to be the most sympathetic to anybody bulking, because that's what I'm doing right now. But yeah, plan for tomorrow. Arms, buys, tries. I feel like I was going to say something else, but that's it. Just buys to tries. Tries first, buys afterward. And then a nasty pump to tie it all together. So I'll see you then.